Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Daniel. And I'm Andrew. So happy to have you here with us today. And if you are new here, welcome to the family. Real English conversations. No boring grammar. Just two friends talking like real people. And everyone coming back every week. Seriously, thank you. You make this worth it every single time. Okay guys, so today's episode is actually my idea because something happened to me this week and I have to tell Daniel about it right now. Oh wow, Andrew coming in with an agenda today. Okay, go ahead. What happened? So, Daniel, you know how I always say I don't have time to practice English? Like I'm always complaining. I'm too busy. I have no one to practice with. I don't know where to start. I know this speech very well. I have heard it approximately 100 times. Okay, fair. But this week I actually tried something. I committed to practicing English for just 15 minutes every single day. Completely alone. No partner, no tutor, nothing. Okay, now I'm interested, because I tell people to do this all the time, and nobody believes me that 15 minutes is actually enough. I didn't believe you either. I thought 15 minutes is nothing. Like, what can you even do in 15 minutes? That's barely enough time to make tea. Haha, and what happened? Daniel, by day 4, I was already feeling different, like something in my brain just shifted. I'm not even joking. Okay, tell me everything. How did you split the 15 minutes? So I found this method, 5 plus 5 plus 5, 3 parts, 5 minutes each, and each part does something completely different for your English. I love this already. Okay, part 1, what did you do for the first 5 minutes? First 5 minutes, only listening. No speaking, no writing, just pure listening. I put on a short English podcast or a YouTube video, something easy, not too fast, and I just listened carefully, really carefully, like I was trying to catch every single word. And this is so important because most learners skip listening completely. They jump straight to speaking. But your ears need to be trained first before your mouth can follow. Yes, and here's the thing. At first I was understanding maybe 70%, but by day 5 I was catching things I never noticed before, like small connecting words, the rhythm of how sentences flow, the way native speakers run words together. Exactly, because when you listen actively every day, your brain starts recognizing patterns automatically. You stop translating word by word and you start understanding in chunks. Yes, chunks! That's exactly how it felt. Like, instead of hearing individual words, I started hearing whole phrases as one unit. So, what was your go-to listening resource? What did you actually use? Honestly, this channel and a few other simple English podcasts. The key is, don't use something too advanced. If you're working too hard to understand, you're not actually learning. You need something where you understand most of it, but you are still being challenged a little. That is the sweet spot. Comfortable, but not too comfortable. Okay, so 5 minutes of listening done. What happened in the next 5 minutes? Okay, this is the part where I felt the most weird at first. 5 minutes of speaking completely alone. Ha! Talking to yourself. Talking to myself in English out loud. I felt absolutely ridiculous the first day. I was sitting in my room narrating my own life like I was a documentary. What were you saying? Things like, okay, Andrew, it is Monday morning. You woke up late again. The weather outside looks cold. You need to make coffee before you do anything because without coffee, you are basically useless. That is honestly perfect, though. That is exactly what I tell people to do. Narrate your day in English like you are the main character of a film. And it works, Daniel, because you are using real vocabulary from your real life, not textbook sentences like, the apple is on the table. Real stuff that actually matters to you. And the more personal it is, the more your brain holds on to it, because emotion and memory are connected. When you talk about your own life, you remember the words better. Exactly. And after 2 or 3 days, the weirdness goes away completely. By day 4, I was actually enjoying it. I started having little conversations with myself, like, so Andrew, what are your plans for today? Well, I'm glad you asked. I have a meeting at 3, and honestly, I am not looking forward to it. You are literally interviewing yourself. It is more entertaining than you think, and my speaking got noticeably smoother within just a few days. I was finding words faster, I was hesitating less. It was like my mouth was finally catching up to my brain. That is exactly what happens, because the biggest reason people hesitate when speaking is not that they don't know the words, it is that they don't practice retrieving those words quickly enough, and talking to yourself every day trains that retrieval speed. Yes, retrieval speed, that is the perfect way to put it. Okay, so the last 5 minutes, this one surprised me the most. 5 minutes of writing or reading? Okay, what did you choose, writing or reading? I switched between both. Some days I would write 3 or 4 sentences in English about my day in a small notebook. Just simple stuff. What I did, how I felt, what I ate. Nothing fancy. And this is so underrated. Writing forces you to think slowly and carefully about grammar and vocabulary. When you speak, you can rush past mistakes. When you write, you actually see them. Yes, I caught so many of my own mistakes while writing. Things I never even noticed when I was speaking.
And then on other days, I would read just 1 or 2 paragraphs from a simple English article or short story out loud. So my pronunciation is also getting practice at the same time. Reading out loud is one of the most powerful things a learner can do, and almost nobody does it. It trains your pronunciation, your fluency, and your comprehension all at once. And it only takes 5 minutes. That is what amazed me. 5 minutes of writing or reading, 5 minutes of speaking, 5 minutes of sleeping, 15 minutes total, and you are done for the day.
Okay, but Andrew, you mentioned a vocabulary trick too, because I know 15 minutes is great, but vocabulary is always a challenge separately. Oh yes, so alongside the 15 minutes, I also started doing 1 word a day. Just 1. Every morning, I pick 1 new English word, I learn what it means, I find 2 or 3 example sentences, and then I try to actually use that word at least once during my talking to myself session. And this is genius, because most people try to learn 20 words a day and remember 0 of them. But 1 word a day, used in a real sentence, that sticks forever. Exactly. In 1 week, that is 7 new words that I actually know how to use. In 1 month, that is 30 words. In 1 year, 365 words that are actually in my active vocabulary, not just words I recognize when I read them. Active vocabulary versus passive vocabulary. This is so important. Most learners have a huge passive vocabulary. They understand thousands of words, but their active vocabulary, the words they can actually produce and use, is much smaller. This method builds the active one. And it is so sustainable because it is only 1 word. Nobody fails at 1 word a day. Nobody. And guys, here is something I want to add. A lot of people ask me, Daniel, what if I miss a day? What if life gets busy and I skip my 15 minutes? Oh yes, this is important because I did miss 1 day actually. And what happened? I felt guilty for like 10 minutes, and then I just did it the next day. That is it. Missing 1 day does not break the habit. Missing 1 day and then saying, well, I already failed, so I will just stop, that is what breaks the habit. Perfectly said. 1 missed day is a pause. Quitting after 1 missed day is a decision. Never let 1 bad day become 2. Just show up the next day and keep going. And honestly, the days I least wanted to do it were the days I felt best afterwards. Like on day 3, I was tired and I almost skipped it, but I did my 15 minutes anyway, and after I finished, I felt this little boost of confidence, like I did it even when I didn't want to. That feeling is addictive. That feeling is called momentum, and once you have it, it becomes harder to stop than to continue. That is the secret of habit building. Momentum. I like that word. Guys, write that down. Build your English momentum, 15 minutes at a time.
Okay, Andrew, final question before we wrap up. For someone watching right now who wants to start this today, what is the very first thing they should do, like right now after this video? Honestly, pick a time right now before you close this video. Decide, is it morning, afternoon, evening? When will your 15 minutes be? Put it in your phone, set an alarm, and tomorrow at that time, just start. Do not plan more. Do not wait until you feel ready. Just start with 5 minutes of listening to anything in English and go from there. Because consistency is everything. 15 minutes every single day will always beat 2 hours once a week. Always. Small and consistent wins the race every single time. And I am living proof of this now. 4 days in, and my English already feels different. More natural, more automatic, like I am not translating anymore. I am just speaking. And that is the goal. That is what fluency actually feels like. Not perfect grammar, not a perfect accent, just thinking and speaking without that delay in the middle where your brain is working overtime to translate everything. Exactly. And 15 minutes a day can take you there. It really can. It really can. Okay, guys, here is your homework today. In the comments below, tell us what time are you going to do your 15 minutes? Morning, night, during lunch, and what are you going to listen to first? Write it down, make it real. We are going to hold you accountable down there. Yes! And we reply to every single comment. Everyone. So come say hi, tell us your plan, and let us cheer you on. We genuinely love hearing from you. And if this episode helped you, please hit that like button. It means more than you know. And subscribe, because every single week we bring you something real and practical for your English journey. All right, that is us for today, everyone. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. It truly means the world. Take care, everyone, and remember, you do not need hours. You just need 15 minutes and the decision to show up every single day. See you in the next one. Bye! Bye, everyone! See you soon!